Hi, I'm Steve Cole, Managing Director of Net Primates, and today we're going to talk about threats to business around cyber. So when we're talking about ransomware, we're talking about typically a file that lands up on the network, be it on the endpoint or a server, via email, by a file transfer, or by USB, for example. If the file is then executed, run by a user or automatically, we would see the machine lock up, have a big display on the screen that says your machine is being locked, and then there is a call to action that would say we require payment via Bitcoin or another method, which would then prevent you from getting to your data, and that's what we typically associate with ransomware. 91% of attacks typically start with an email, and a phishing attack can be a very broad, across the board attack, or it can be targeted, and it will be an email that has, again, a call to action in it that says click this link to download a file for an invoice or a payment of an invoice, and once they've clicked on it and give their details away, they've then potentially had their mailbox or data compromised. So CEO fraud is very often very targeted, and will be an email that pretends to come from the CEO or a high-level person within the business that will then be targeted at a member of the team inside the business, calling them to say, give them some Amazon vouchers, they're away on business at the time, so could you do this financial transaction? So that's one of the key ones we do see, because it's very targeted, very personal, and often has some very personal information in the email that makes it look very genuine. With remote access attacks, we don't necessarily see these as often, but when they do happen, again, they are often very targeted. So they will look at how to get into the business and gain access to them via a remote desktop session to get into the network, to then propagate further to lift data, install ransomware, and things like that. So viruses have been around for a long time, and that would typically have arrived via an email or in a file via USB, and would, once installed, would then prevent the machine from working, would potentially corrupt files on the machine, and that's why it's important to have a good security stack on your machine. So Net Primates can look at your current setup and ensure you're protected suitably, and wherever there's gaps in your protection, we can offer advice and solutions to that. Net Primates can be contacted in a number of ways. You can drop us an email via info@netprimates.com, or drop us an email on 02381 800 800.